The Copy and Content Report.
It looked nothing like us, but when did you like when
that was funny.
with your,
that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, the AI filmmaking thing is still a little ways off. Sorry, I know they're predicting the
quite all
end
right.
of Spielberg and stuff, but that was kind of fun.
Yeah, not quite.
I burned up about $6 worth of credits on OpenArt.ai, but I think it was worth it. Anyway, I've been experimenting with some stuff. I thought you'd like that, and you can see it again at the end.
Excellent.
For those that are excited, if it had looked more like us, I think it would have been awesome. But the faces were like jacked.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
But anyway, so how are you, Stu? I got a text from you this morning at 6.
Yes.
What was that text about?
Happy Camel Day.
Let's go. It's Camel Day. Yes, I can do 2 podcasts. Awesome. So I got this blurry picture of Stu, okay, at 6 in the morning. That looks kind of like the video.
Yeah.
I got this blurry picture of Stu. I get a blurry picture of Stu every morning. Some of them you look like, oh, holy crap, am I actually going to work out?
I just rolled out of bed in all those pictures.
And he does it. It's consistent. It's like this is the Stu teeth gritted selfie, you know.
Beach day.
Some of the this one's like, I'm not really sure about this one. But you know what? And then so sometimes I send him back selfies.
Yes, there you go.
This is so I don't get shot by a deer. I wear the blaze orange. But you know, Stu, when Stu sends that, it's a reminder. But I've never had Stu text me a pitch. But yet that increases engagement and it also increases compliance. Is that what you call it? When people do the workouts? Not compliance. That sounds like that SEER school. What are you trying to get? Participation. There you go.
Right.
So, but you could email me that. Why do you text it instead of emailing it, Stu?
Good question, because you're probably going to look at it more than not. Like every text I get, I will usually open it unless it is like already like I can tell I don't know who this guy is and it's already looks like spam.
Right. And then what do? You swipe it,
swipe and delete it.
And report spam, right?
Yeah, you could do that. I don't think I do it every time, but I do. I do it most of the time.
Yes, I want a punitive punishment.
Nice.
Because well, let's look at it another way. Susan says I do the spam on text. Vicky says, good morning, I'm blurry too. The thing is, though, and one of the things that we talked about in the article that I sent out in the newsletter today was that friends text. Salespeople don't text. Salespeople get blocked.
Yeah.
Unless it's somebody that you have given permission to, like, yes, they're trying to sell me something, but I'm very interested in what they have to sell. Yes. Or have to say. No, so like Stu texts me to induce compliance. I mean, to build participation, confidence, and consistency.
Let's go. I'm working out with you. I'm your workout partner, Jim.
Actually, I do know that you're up working out. So
I am.
But like the only thing that I actually pay attention to is Jace Case, the people that let you buy drugs through the internet. You can, you never heard of Jace Case? You can get like a emergency kit and stuff from them, and be able to have like
Oh
some
yeah.
basic antibiotics and other stuff
Yes.
like that, instead of having to navigate the medical system, which sucks the big one, whatever
Oh
big
yeah.
one
Oh, I
you
like
want to
that
think
idea.
of. But I pay attention to what they're doing because they actually run real sales every once in a while, and I can save money on medication that I take regularly also. But that is literally the only one that I actually pay attention to, and they only text me once in a blue moon. So if that is the case, that friends were to be the ones who text you, but if you read the article, I talk about how, typically everybody thinks of follow up as email, and the big buzzword right now is workflow. Okay.
Yep.
But typically, what most people think of as a workflow is sending emails, an autoresponder. But how could you add text to your workflow in a way that would be useful and valuable to the recipient, someone who had bought something from you? And keeping in mind, friends text, salespeople get banned.
Right.
What could Stu, text people that would be seen as, hey, wow, that's a cool dude?
I have texted people, and it's funny because like the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right?
Uh-huh.
I have texted people that were hemming and hawing about which program to get, which program to start.
Okay.
And after like 8 emails before they made the decision,
Right.
right? I go, "Hey, how'd the workout go today? Have you started?" So I'm just checking in on them to
Okay.
see how everything's going.
Okay.
And then I always say if I go this far with someone, I'm always going to say, if the book isn't the right idea for you and you need a more personalized approach,
Hmm.
check out the options with online coaching.
And then in the PS, it says, PS, quit your whining.
Mhm. Yeah, just get moving.
All right. So, one of the things that I have seen that works the best, and my texting, automated texting, has been very minimal over the years for two reasons. One, cost. The cost has come down a bunch. And two, has been fear and loathing and low tolerance for bullshit. And so getting BS back from people who didn't want the text, who can't remember that they actually did say it was okay for me to contact them, and then listening to bullshit from the text service that wants to tell me that I'm a terrible person because I got, two complaints out of 1,000 texts sent, and I just flip them all the bird and go back to email, and I come in and out of the thing.
Yeah, you remember a few years ago, I tested the SMS system in my Shopify store
Right.
system, and it was, that this was the beginning of AI getting involved in automated tech, streams of consciousness going out, and it was a more pain in the neck than I had preferred,
Right.
um, and thought I could do a better job with um, texting some of those people who need it as well, instead of everybody,
Right.
and texting, um, definitely texting the online coaching folks because it's just easier.
Right. And that is kind of my thought is the things that kind of good, bad, indifferent. Number one is I don't, I'm not a big fan of auto texting except for one thing, but more one-on-one. I got this person's, they bought, we've communicated in other ways. It makes sense that I might shoot them a quickie. Okay. And I do know, hey, Susan, can I have you come in real quick? Hey, quick question. In Go High Level, isn't it possible for you to go in and look at your entire customer database and then pick out pick out a list of people or pick out a specific person and then text them right there through the system, or at least get their, you can, if you have their phone number, you can easily get it and then send them a message. At a minimum, you could do it manually, right?
Yeah.
And then record that you had sent them something. But I thought that there was something in Go High Level that you could send them through their interface, a text. But I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the SMS in there,
Okay.
but I don't, because we don't live there, I don't really pay attention to it.
Understood. Okay. But an SMS is just fancy for text. I don't even know what the hell SMS, simple message service or something. I don't know.
So.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Susan.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is that something you said, sending it one-on-one, like if I wanted to send a message to everybody or anybody that I had done a certain level of business with, like give me the list of everybody who spent over $3,000 with me in the last 5 years. Those would be people that I might send an individual text message to. Now, what text message are you going to send? Well, product suggestion, I don't know. To me, I wouldn't really get excited. That kind of pissed me off. Just out of the blue, we hear. Okay. Right. Checking in, maybe. Hey, Jim Edwards, I just wanted to check in and see how, this went. Hit me back here, or, I'll see you on the next Genie Hacking Live. Alternatives, I just wrote that down. I'm not even sure what the hell that meant. Content suggestions, I think, is one that is very underutilized. Like, hey, Stu, found this article, check it out. Boom. Okay. Or just wrote this article on how to launch your book, thought it might help Jim. And it's got a tiny link in it, or a tiny URL in it. To me, this is the one that has the most potential for dipping your toe into the water with a specific group of people that already know who you are. Like you already have a relationship with them. They're in your membership site. They're in your PT club. They're in your coaching. Yep. And it could be a bunch of them. But those are the people, it makes sense that I would get a text from Stu and, look, he's giving me a suggestion of a piece of content that he thinks would be good for me.
Yep.
And the way, a great example of this in action, back in the day, we hardly ever sent just a straight teaser email. That was like about one of every 4 things we would do. When I would recommend something, my favorite thing was to do a demo or do multiple demos of something. And then I would have a link underneath that people could go get more information. So like in your article, I'm going to show Stu's article things, favorite Stu Smith workouts over the years. Okay.
Yep.
So you sent out a text, hey, shared my favorite workouts, check it out, thought you'd like it. Which one's your favorite? You've been with me for forever. I don't know. And then here's the thing. Stu's freaking articles are like a damn landmine of offers. So this is where, Yeah, he's got his stuff, but then somewhere in here he's got more articles. But then some of these things are for books, and just this thing is just a landmine of opportunity to spend money with Stu, because Stu's like, hey, look, man, my time in the morning with the boys is free, but this is a business we're running here. But so sending somebody an email that says, hey, just publish an article with, you know, they encapsulate, you know, thought you'd like this article on my favorite workouts over the last 30 years. Check it out, Stu. Okay. Thought you'd think that as an, or have, and even more, just drilling it down. Hey, as an OG, check out which one of these workouts is your favorite. New article, Stu. I mean, just something like that. You're just like, hey, yeah, I'm an OG. Let me check it out. Because the sale can't happen if you don't get the first click. And if we're trying to get the people over there and we're using value to get them to want more value and pay for it, then why would you just send them straight to a pitch? Send them to content that automatically leads to a pitch.
Yep.
So that's the point that I'm trying to make here, is that pay attention to how Stu does his stuff, because this is, I mean, this is a master class on how to load this stuff up in a way that, you know, that's another reason why he shows up everywhere in the damn search engines, is because everything's so linked up with keywords that it's just automatically happening. But this to me is the untapped universe. Okay. Now, if you're texting with people, I've sold thousands and thousands of dollars texting people one-on-one by literally saying, hey, gonna be doing this. I want you in the class. I'm gonna give you 50% off if you want in, but the early bird roster closes Friday. Let me know if you're interested. Literally. That's how, you know, not even calling people, no big pitch, no big meeting, anything like that. The super hyper responsive people, just text them like a friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and by the way, that alternatives, that's how I also make product suggestions. So instead of doing a straight out product suggestion, the alternative is a method of saying, hey, this book may not be working for you, but maybe some more personalized online coaching will.
Right. And here's a coupon.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, here's a coupon that's good until 3 o'clock today, at which point you will self-destruct or choke on a ho-ho. Choice is yours. Cool. So I wanted to also, you know, we were talking about content and, you know, content suggestions and things like that. I think, and it's interesting, I think that most people give up on their content way too fast. And what I mean by that is, so for example, today's article was about, now we're going to talk about my article, Steve.
Yeah.
Today's article, even though I got a 4-foot wide monitor here, it's like hard to find stuff. So today's article was friends send text messages, salesmen send emails. And well, that was actually subtitle, Beyond Email, Adding Text to Drive Content Engagement in a Workflow. So now workflow can include emails, text messages, social media posts, retargeting ads. There's all kinds of stuff that you can deploy, including getting a phone call from AI. Hey, you can do it. You can add that to your workflow.
Wow.
Which, in my opinion, would be kind of like sticking your foot in a bucket of gasoline and lighting up a Marlboro and hoping for the best as you throw the match on the ground. But hey, if you wanted to, but to me, talking about the text message one. But if we think about what we're trying to do here is maybe a little bit less content creation and a little more distribution. And so the creating the content is really only half the battle. because the other half is actually getting it consumed. So if you stop thinking of follow-up just as an email sequence and start thinking about, hey, as a friend, could I text somebody something? Or as a friend, could I email somebody something to get them to create engagement rather than immediately trying to get the sale? That's the other thing that I think people would mess up here, and we've agreed is not a good idea. A bad workflow is text straight to offer to buy,
Yeah.
unless that is what people have signed up to receive texts about. Like that Jace case thing. I mean, Jace ain't email. I mean, they were during the pandemic and stuff, they were emailing. I mean, they were texting stuff. But ultimately, unless you've gotten explicit permission to send people stuff, hey, text me whenever you have a special.
Mm-hmm.
This is a better way. Now, here's another one down here we didn't talk about, which is delivery confirmation. That, I think, is an overlooked opportunity, depending on what system you're doing. Because do you have in your Shopify, do you have it so that people can receive a text when it shows their package has been delivered?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have that activated?
I don't.
Okay. So I don't either, but we don't send anything physical.
Yeah.
So I don't have that opportunity. But just like when we would send, for example, when we sent this mini site creator, when people got this, shrink wrapped, I don't have an example of it, but shrink wrapped to the whole thing was an offer for checking out the gym boat. So the cruise that we used to do. And that was an effective thing to do. So if it's possible for you, or if you're sending physical stuff, send a delivery confirmation email or delivery confirmation text, and then add a line for like, watch the quick start video, or here's something to help you get the to get the most out of it. Trying to, at that moment where you're telling them, hey, it's been delivered, go check out this content that's going to help you related to that. That gives the context, the excitement, guarantee that you're going to have a really good click-through rate on that. And it's a great opportunity. Dave says we're inundated with AI sales calls. I can't believe they actually work on anybody, but I guess they are the most desperate among us and it works on them. It's kind of like spam. Or my friend, the Nigerian prince, who keeps emailing me, telling me that, if I will just send him $10,000, he will give me $10 million worth of gold once I help him get across the Canadian border. But right now he's stuck in Greenland and just needs the money to work his way through customs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
How many hourly wages do you have to pay to somebody to do an AI call? 0.
Yeah.
So an AI can make 10,000, 100,000 calls, never sleeps, always does the same thing. It's like spam. It's not the same economy of scale. That's why they don't have to work very well in order to just be seen as working. Anyway, so that would be the biggest thing I would tell you from our conversation today is stop looking at a workflow simply as this is the new name for an autoresponder. And if you've been turned off by text in the past, maybe unturn yourself off, because Stu and I both shared we had kind of a messed up experience with it and then never really picked it back up. But we have been doing one-on-one instinctively because we're using the mindset of, hey, this is somebody I actually know, they know me. It's a means of communication between friends, or at least acquaintances, people who know each other, is something actually could really use. And thinking in terms of, if we're trying to drive engagement, then send them something that is perceived as valuable. And that's typically going to be content that is in a specific context that is useful for them right then. That's why I said, with the delivery confirmation, or hey, just a heads up, we're going to be making this offer, but I wanted to give you the friends and family discount that no one's going to hear about except, from my thumbs to your phone. And here's a link if you're interested in it, and hit me up if you have any questions. So any other thoughts or anything on this?
No,
Stu?
no, I like this. I try to get creative as I can, and I literally take every email and texting or DM opportunity as such. It is an opportunity to drive someone to your store.
Absolutely.
So whether it's a question you get in the email, or someone's hitting your DMs, and they have your phone number, send them to a place that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So sorry, I was looking something up. Dave asked, what was the name of the company that you talked about many, many months ago that did physical delivery? It's Mailbox Power is the one that'll do that. And they do plug in with Go High Level. So, okay. Yes, Sharon says Jimboat, awesome. Yes, Jimboat was awesome. Okay, well, that's all I got. If you are a member of Copy and Content, thank you. And if you're not, you should be. And if you want to get in shape, head on. And if you want to read articles that are filled with landmines of awesomeness, you want to head over to StuSmithFitness.com. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
The Copy and Content Report.